We are back, and I am super pumped right now because, as you know, I love sports. Watching sports, playing sports, coaching sports, they are my favorite. So, I have a book that I think you are also going to enjoy. Now, the book I'm going to read, I'm not so sure how I would like those sports. So, you let me know, do you think you would like these extreme sports? Or are you more of the, I'm going to stick to hockey or soccer or basketball type sports? So, we are going to read extreme sports. Extreme sports can be both exciting and dangerous. This book is about many different kinds of extreme sports that people like to do. There's our table of contents. What are extreme sports? Have you ever heard of bungee jumping, skydiving, or snowboarding? These are all kinds of extreme sports. Most people like to play safe sports, but some people like to do sports that can be more exciting. Extreme sports are sport activities that are dangerous because you could get seriously hurt. Now, I know I tried snowboarding once, and it was just on a very, very little hill, and I did not have the best balance. So I could see where that might be a sport where I would need to practice a lot. Let's see. Whoa. Those are some extreme sports. Who likes extreme sports? Some people like to go fast or climb tall mountains or jump from high places. They like the wind, snow, and ice, or they like the water or the sky. They are not afraid of high places. People that like taking risks are people who enjoy extreme sports. Extreme sports are for people who have a lot of training and special equipment to keep them safe. So here's the picture for the first page. Now for the second page, I really like that they have that little box that tells me a little bit more. See, it says more to explore. I love those features in nonfiction text because it's just a little extra something that you get to find out. Extreme water sports. Kayaking in white water can be both fun and dangerous. White water is the part of a river that looks white because it's moving very fast. People who kayak in white water need to have strong arms so that they can paddle through rapids. They need to be good swimmers too. If the boat flips over, they may need to swim in the white water. Wow, that is something I did not know, that it is called white water because it's moving so fast that the water looks white. Look at that, I'm learning something new right alongside me. Kite surfing is an extreme sport that uses the power of the wind and a surfboard to move across the water. It can be dangerous if you do not know what you are doing. Kite surfers need to have good balance and be strong swimmers. Wow, look at that. And we have a more to explore. Kite surfing can be dangerous to the surfers, people on the beach, and swimmers in the water. You can take kite surfing lessons to learn how to use the equipment and stay safe. I think that would be very important if I were to try kite surfing to get some training or some classes or watch some videos so that I don't just say, hey, let's go kite surfing. That wouldn't be safe. Cave divers explore caves that are partly filled with water. Some people hold their breath to dive into underwater caves. Other people use special equipment to help them breathe. Diving into underwater caves can be very dangerous. Cave divers are swimming in deep and sometimes dark places in the ocean. It is important to never do this sport alone. More to explore. Many cave divers use scuba equipment that helps them breathe underwater. Now, in my opinion, I do not think I would enjoy cave diving because it seems very far under the water, and I like to be near the surface. I like to do water sports, but not deep diving. Ooh, the next heading is extreme air sports. Skydivers travel high up into the sky in an airplane and then dive out of the plane. Skydivers wear parachutes that they open as they are falling. The parachute slows down the diver and keeps him or her floating instead of crashing into the ground. This sport is not as dangerous as it looks. Very few people are hurt when skydiving. Bungee jumping is also a thrilling sport. The jumper is connected to a bridge or building with a large elastic cord to keep him or her from crashing into the ground. When the jumper jumps, the cord stretches and then springs back and the jumper bounces up and down. So here we have skydiving with the parachutes. And here we have bungee jumping. I want you to think if you've ever been bungee jumping or have done anything similar to that. I know sometimes at like fairs and festivals, they sometimes have bungee jumping activities for you to try. So if you've tried it, let me know because I want to know what it's like when you're bungee jumping. Do you feel like you're just kind of floating? Are you scared when you're about to go hit the ground but then you bounce back up? I want to hear all about it if you've done it. A hang glider is a flying machine that does not have a motor. The pilot wears a special harness that attaches to the hang glider as he soars through the air. To launch a hang glider, the pilot can jump from the top of a high hill or mountain or be towed into the air by an airplane. The pilot steers the hang glider with a control bar. People flying in a hang glider carry parachutes and wear helmets. Wow, look at that. So right here, what the pilot is holding on to, that is what the pilot uses to steer where to go. I think having enough wind would be very important because if there wasn't enough wind, you wouldn't be able to glide, right? Extreme land sports. Rock climbers climb up and down steep rocks. The goal is to reach the top of the mountain without falling. Rock climbers need to be very strong so they can pull themselves up rocks on the side of the mountains. Something we talked about when we were doing nonfiction books is the text features. And here is a picture with some labels that explain what is on the picture. So we have a helmet, a harness, we have boots, and a rope. So those are all very important pieces of rock climbing. Motocross is an exciting motorcycle racing sport. People race motorcycles up and down hills, dirt roads, and muddy tracks. Sometimes as many as 40 riders compete at the same time. There are many kinds of extreme sports. New extreme sports are being created every year. So here's a motocross bike. Ooh, I like how this comes out. It says extreme sports. So we've got jet skiing, free climbing. Ooh, look at, she doesn't even have a harness on. She is just climbing up the side of a mountain without anything. That is extreme and seems like a lot of training would be needed for that. We've got white water rafting, canoeing or canyoning, water skiing, ice climbing, skateboard, and BMX. Lots of extreme sports. Now we also have a glossary. So we have the word compete, try to win, cord, a long thin rope, extreme, unusual or dangerous, harness, equipment with straps, parachutes, pieces of equipment made of cloth that are fastened to people so they can fall slowly and land safely from a high place, rapids, a part of a river where the water flows very fast over rocks, towed, to draw or pull along behind. So we have the glossary. Remember, those are key words and key terms and ideas that are found in the book. And what I wanted to make sure you noticed is in this book, those key words are bolded. So if you get to a word that's bolded and you don't know what it means, flip to the back of the book and look at the glossary because it will have a definition for you. Now we also have an index. So if you wanted to find where certain ideas and information were in the book, you could turn to the back of your book and look at your index. So say I wanted to learn about whitewater. I would go to page 6 through 7. Now the cool thing about nonfiction books is you don't necessarily need to read them in order. If you want to just look up information on whitewater, I could turn to pages 6 and 7 and read this page. I could also use our table of contents. So if I were looking up extreme water sports, I could go to page 6 and know that that's where I would find it. Wow, boys and girls, that was some intense learning about extreme sports. So let me know if you've ever tried any extreme sports, or let me know what extreme sports you're thinking about trying. All right. See you later, second graders. Be safe and don't try those extreme sports without proper training and equipment. All right, see you later.